think we are live. Let's see. Just gonna double check on my phone. We are here to set up our 2019-2020 academic year college productivity kit planners, and I am just hopping into YouTube right now just to make sure that we are indeed live, that you all can hear me. If you are here, little ground rules, there should be a chat feature somewhere that you're able to, okay, so I see that we are live and there are 4 people on, perfect. Okay, so there should be a chat feature somewhere on the side on YouTube where you can ask questions as we do this planning workshop. So I'm setting this up in a way where regardless of the planner that you have, whether or not you have the college productivity kit or not, you can set yourself up for success inside of your planner, whichever planner that is. So let's go ahead and first start off by introducing you to the college productivity kit. So the college productivity kit is a planner that I created specifically for college women. This planner is more than just a place for you to put your due dates, calendar dates, assignments, track your time. It really is an entire study system in a planner. It is designed to help you to think, to process emotions, to process what is happening to you in college, to get better at studying, to get better at writing papers, to get better at prioritizing, to get better at procrastinating, not better at procrastinating, but stopping procrastination. And it is an academic coach inside of a planner. It is designed to help you the entire academic year, and it runs from August until July of 2020. So if you have your planner right now, the very first thing that you should do anytime you get a planner is to actually go through the entire planner and see what's inside. See what sheets are in there for you. See how it's broken down. See how you're supposed to use it. And if you don't already have all of your planning materials out, make sure that you get them out. Whether you are using a pen, highlighters, markers, pencils, crayons, whatever it is that you decide to use inside of your planner, sticky notes, stickers if that's your thing, washi tape if that's your thing, then just make sure that you have all of that with you when you're going through planning out your semester in your planner. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and actually open up your planner and see what's inside for you. If you have the college productivity kit, the very first thing that you'll see is this little love note that I wrote for you, and I'm actually going to read it because this is what I wish someone would have said to me when I was first starting college, and I'll put it up closer for you. And it says, "Hi, love. I am so freaking excited that the college productivity kit is going to be a part of your college journey. Before you get to the good stuff, I want to remind you of something in case you forgot. You are smart enough, talented enough, and worthy enough for college and life success. I don't believe in the idea that you're either born smart or not. I believe that every woman has the ability and power within her to become extraordinarily smart, regardless of her circumstances, background, and past grades. Don't let anyone decide what becomes of the brilliance that lies inside of you. I created this planner to equip you with the tools to succeed in college so that you can step out and change the world with your talents. I want to help catapult you into the careers and lives that you'll cultivate through all of your experiences as a student. Whether you're a first-generation college student, putting yourself through college and changing your family's future, or you're the 5th generation to receive a college education, I created this planner to help you reach the highest levels of your academic potential and harness that incredible intellect within you. I'm rooting for you to win in life, not just college. So go to town in this planner. Write out your big visions, goals, dreams. Plan out how you're going to claim everything you came to college for. And don't forget to leave time and space to get to know who you are and who you want to be. Your friend, Clarissa." So the planner itself, the college productivity kit, is broken down into 3 sections. So again, you want to get to know your planner. You want to get to know what's inside. You want to know how it's set up. So the first thing that you want to do is get familiar with the pages, take a look, flip through. And this is actually a trick that I also teach students when it comes to getting to know their textbooks for their classes, is to flip through and really see all of the resources that are built into their textbooks. So it's the same thing that you want to do with your planner. So the next page inside of the college productivity kit that you want to take a look at is called How to Use Your College Productivity Kit. On these pages, if you read them, it shows you every single page that you're going to see inside of the college productivity kit. And it tells you exactly why each page is included inside of the college productivity kit and what each page was designed for, so that you know exactly how to use it. The next thing that you'll see inside of your college productivity kit is the She Rocks at College Guide to Planning Your Months, Weeks, and Days. So this is a checklist that you can use as you are planning out your months of the semester, as you are planning out all of your weeks in the semester, and as you are looking at every day and seeing what needs to get done on your to-do list. If you are someone who struggles with prioritization, you struggle with knowing what should get your time and attention, how far in advance you need to start working on things to make sure that everything gets done on time, this guide walks you through exactly how to prioritize. It walks you through exactly how to plan and prioritize your days and your weeks. So that's another page that comes inside of the planner. The next page inside of your college productivity kit is our 3-step study method. So this is our entire philosophy on how to get better grades as a college student. So if you've ever asked yourself the question, how the hell do I build a study routine? What do I need to focus on? Should I be writing my notes or going to lecture? Should I read the textbook? Should I not read the textbook? Should I be using practice exams? Should I be using flashcards? The 3-step study method that we've built into your planner walks you through all 3 things that need to be in your study routine in order for it to help you to achieve the goals it is that you want. So this sheet here also corresponds to another sheet in the back of your planner. Okay, so the next part of your college productivity kit is the goals section. So as you can see, there are tabs inside of the college productivity kit. The next part of your college productivity kit is the goals section. So if you turn to that page, you will see that there is a college vision. And that is several pages long. It walks you through journaling prompts to help you to figure out what your vision for college is. It's kind of like a written vision board in words instead of pictures, but of course you can paste pictures in here if you are that creative person and you like to see things visually. There's enough space for you to do that here. You can write words and stories and also paste pictures in here that'll help you to really think of what you're aiming towards, what your big picture for college is. Then we have a create your perfect semester section where you're going to be evaluating all the different areas of your life, seeing what's working, what's not working, why you gave it that number. And I will be going back and we're going to be going through each of these pages in detail. We're just going through the first step of setting up a planner, which is just looking to see what's there for you. Then we have a goal setting section, and you have the ability to set up to 5 goals, and they are color coordinated so that later on you'll see when you are planning out your months, you can figure out which goal you're going to be working on that month based off of the color. There's a place that walks you through how to make achieving your goals inevitable. then there's space for you to really go to town on seeing why you're going after that goal, why it's important to you. Looks like there is an action plan for each of your goals. Helps you to break it down. We have questions that help you to think through how to actually achieve your goals, how to create your action plan to make your goals happen. Okay. The next section in your planner is the holidays, vacations, and events. So this is where you can put in anything that is coming up throughout the year for you in terms of birthdays, holidays, events, spring breaks, time off from school, things like that. And then we have your semester overview. Now there are a few different ways that you can use this section. You can use it as a perpetual calendar, or the way that we decide that you use it is actually as a way for you to put in all your due dates, all your exam dates, all of your paper deadlines, all of your assignments on one sheet. So at a glance, you can see which one of your months is going to be the busiest, and so that you can plan out your life accordingly, so that you don't burn yourself out, and so that you don't get overwhelmed, because you've been planning ahead of time of how to take care of yourself and how to make sure that you don't get lost in the busyness of the semester. And then we get into the month spread. Your focus for the month and any habits you're going to track. Your assignment breakdown for the month, what you're going to be focusing on every single week. And then there is your weekly spread, where you're going to actually track your day-to-day, brain dumping your to-dos for the week, actually picking what you're going to be working on for that day. And then it's just rinse and repeat. Every month is the same until you get to December. And in December, at the end of every month, you also have a monthly reflection, so that you can see how you're progressing, how things are improving. And then in the month of December, we have a mid-year refresh, so that you can set new goals for the spring semester. So far, like I said, there are 3 different sections of the planner. There's the goal setting section, then your actual day-to-day planning section, and then we have a study tab. The study tab is where you're going to keep track of anything that has to do with creating a study routine, your grades, your major, etc. Like I said, this is so much more than just a planner. This is literally an entire study plan inside of a planner. That's why it's called the College Productivity Kit, because it has everything that you need to succeed as a student. So we have a place for you to track your grades. There's one for the fall semester, one for the spring. We have a space for you to track all of your requirements for your major, so you can plan out when you're going to graduate, when you're going to take what. And of course, it'll probably change as life happens. We have a place for you to track and audit your study routines, and it walks you through how to do that. And if you remember that 3-step study method that I showed you at the beginning of the planner, these sections correspond to each of those steps, so that you have all of the activities needed to build a study routine that works. And you pick and choose the one that fits your preferred learning method, or based off of what you believe is going to be helpful for your class. And this is something that we go into detail inside of our signature course, Study School. Exactly how to pick out what you should be putting in your study routine. A place to track your study routine for each of your classes, so that you know what you did that worked, or you know what you did that didn't work. We have checklists for you to use after each exam so that you know what needs to change depending on the grade that you got. Our 7-step reading strategy. Our final exam study strategy. Group project checklist to keep you on track. Getting feedback on papers. And a paper writing and presentation plan checklist. Plus, inside of the planner, there is a special link that you can use to get more academic cram sheets. So we have even more checklists for you to use throughout the semester to help you really succeed in the semester. And so that is what's included inside of your planner. And again, you have 2 versions of the planner. There is the Brilliant and Classy Black, which is this cover version. And then the other cover version is Bright and Savvy Teal, which is this teal color. If you're considering purchasing a planner for your academic year, consider the College Productivity Kit. Every month I send out videos for people who have the College Productivity Kit to help you stay on track, stay motivated, and inspired. So that's something that comes in addition to the planners. And the planner themselves are $58. And starting August 1st, we are actually going to be giving you $10 off of the planner. So there'll be $48 if you're considering purchasing that. You can do that tomorrow to get $10 off. All right, so now that we've done that, let's go through and actually go page by page and help you to set up your planner so that you know when you get your planner, what should I be focusing on first. So the very first thing that you want to do is turn to the goal setting section where it talks about creating your college vision. So the way that you're going to use this section in your planner, and every section in the planner has a how to use it section. Hi, Deja. It has a how to use it section so that you know exactly how you're meant to use that page and fill it out. So if you want the motivation to excel in your classes, you're going to have to develop a vision for your college experience. There has to be a purpose for your classes. There has to be a purpose for your education. Without that motive or purpose, there's no point to any of it. This cram sheet layout will give you the framework for creating your college vision. Once you've finished it, read it. What's the truth of what you wrote down? These questions were made to draw out of you what you want out of your college experience and your life. This is your reason for being in college. A lot of students struggle with motivation, staying inspired throughout the semester. And the reason why they struggle is because they don't understand why they enrolled in college in the first place. It doesn't make sense to them. Maybe they went to college because that's what you do when you graduate high school. Or maybe they're stuck in a job that they don't particularly like, and they feel that in order to advance, to get promoted, to find a job that they enjoy, they need to go back to college and take college classes. I tend to attract a lot of adult students because I was an adult student. I went back to college when I was 23. And so it's really important that so that you don't get burnt out, so that you don't feel like there's no point, so that you don't feel angry, frustrated, and bitter about your classes, about your college education, that you really hone in on your why, your reasoning for being there, how this tool, because college is really a resource. It's a tool that you can use to make yourself better as a person. When you understand what role that education is playing in the person you want to become, the more things make sense, the less likely you're going to be to procrastinate. So some of the questions in this section that I'm asking you are questions like, why did you enroll in college? Why did you pick the major that you picked, the classes that you're currently taking, the college that you decided to go to? What do you want to be when you finish college? Is your current college experience helping you to become who you want to be when you finish college? And I'm urging you in this section to really brainstorm some other routes, some other colleges, some other majors, internships, or even life experiences that can help you to become the person that you want to become. Because even though we are an educational company, even though our brand is She Rocks at College, we as a company don't believe that every single person needs a college degree from a prestigious university or a 4-year college in order to see success in their life. It's all about redefining what it means to be smart, redefining what it means to be a good college student, redefining what it means to be brilliant and successful for you based off of where you are in your life. For some people, that's going to be Ivy League university, 4-year college. For other people, it's going to be a 2-year community college, which is where I got my nursing degree from. It made sense to me financially at the time. It made sense for me locally at the time. It made sense for my lifestyle because I needed to be able to take evening classes and day classes and work around my full-time work schedule. So what we teach here at She Rocks at College and the philosophy that we've built into this planner and the questions that we ask you are about you grounding in yourself first, understanding who you are as a person, understanding your wants, your needs without outside expectations, and creating your life from that space, from your truth, from the things that you truly want. And these questions are meant to draw that out of you. And that's why the first section inside of the College Productivity Kit is this college vision sheet, where we're walking you through and really asking you some tough questions to look within and do the internal self-reflection to understand the role that college is playing in your life. So that's the first thing, and I just got makeup all over the planner just now. That's the first thing that you want to fill out. After you've gone through that, and here's one thing that I want to say. You don't need to rush through this process. You don't have to sit down and do this all in one day. You don't have to do this all in 1 week. You don't have to do this month. You can choose to do a couple questions every single day. You can choose to fill out a portion of it now and come back to it later. You don't have to be perfect with this. Your planner should be messy. It should be crossed out and highlighted because this is the truth of being a human. Our wants, our needs, and our desires change with the different seasons that we're in our life, with the different circumstances and privileges that we have at any given point in our life. So don't be afraid to not fill this all out right now. Don't be afraid to take your time with it, to really think about the questions, to do them one at a time. This is for you to create your college experience. It's not for you to go at our pace. It's not for you to go at Sally Lou's pace. It's not for you to go at the pace of everybody else who's in your lecture hall. This is about you doing what is right for you in this current moment in your life based off of what is happening in your life. That is what reality is about. That is what adapting is about. That's what being an emotional adult is being about. It's making decisions that are best going to support you in the stage that you are mentally, physically, and emotionally in your life. So the next section is called the Create Your Perfect Semester. Again, every section tells you exactly how to use it. So let's read how to use this section. So college should support your bigger life vision. Again, that purpose that we were talking about. You are a human being first, with lots of interests, friends, family, goals, and dreams. It just so happens that you're also enrolled in college. I find that a lot of students get lost in defining themselves as an A student, a B student, a college student, and they forget that first and foremost, before they were enrolled in college, they were a person. They were someone's sister, they were someone's daughter, they were someone's cousin, they were someone's best friend. But the moment that people enroll in college, they think that all those other identities that make up who they are need to disappear. And now all of a sudden, the only identity that exists is their identity as a college student. This planner is teaching you that it doesn't have to be that way. You're more than just your grades and college classes. It's time to stop neglecting the parts of your life that make you who you are for a GPA that does not define you. There is no such thing as the perfect college and life balance. So instead, aim to integrate the two so that they work beautifully together to help you live your best life. Below, you're going to score the following areas of your life right now between 1 and 10. And there are 7 different areas. Those areas are academics, so talking about grades, classes, major, finances, which is scholarships, student loans, personal money, friendships and family, mental and emotional health, environment, so I'm talking about the current school that you're at, your study space, your living space, romance, whether you're single or in a relationship, hobbies, joy, relaxation activities. So 1 means you're unhappy in this area. 10 means you couldn't be happier with how it's going. So you're going to take some time between the next month or 2 months. Again, no rushing this process. And really be honest with how you feel about each area of your life. Once you've done that, the next step is right here. So now that you've assessed how your life is going, right? In order for us to move forward, in order for us to deliberately, intentionally, consciously create a life that's going to fulfill us, we need to look at what's working right now and what's not working right now. We need to look at what's serving us and what's not serving us. We need to look at what we're available for and what we're not available for. We need to look at what boundaries we want to set. We need to look at what's making us happy. We need to look at what's not making us happy. We need to really sit back and reflect on our life. And the next section, after you grading or giving each of those areas a number, is to write down why you gave yourself the score that you did in each area. What's working really well in that area? You have to write down something positive. There is always something that you can be grateful for, even if it's not perfect. Even if that area of your life doesn't look exactly how you want it to look, something about it is working for you. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't continue doing what you're doing. And this is something that we talk about a lot inside of the College Productivity Lounge, which is a personal development community that we have for college women, where we work a lot on emotional management, mindset, procrastination, and how to stop getting in our own way. Once you've written down why you gave each area the score that you did, you're also going to ask yourself, what score do I wish I could have given myself? And what would need to be different in my life in order for me to make it that number? Again, we're being super intentional with our lives as we're going through college. We're not just letting things happen to us. We are not going unconscious with our life. Instead, we are awakening to our power. We are awakening to our truth. We are awakening to our lives so that we can fully experience the beauty, the potential that lies within us. So, once that's done, only after evaluating our lives, seeing what's working and what's not working, can we move into actually setting goals for the next 4 to 6 months. One of the things that I'm really careful about is setting these big year-long goals, because a year is a long time. A lot can happen in a year. We don't know the things that can change in a year. So I try to narrow down my life into quarters, 3-month periods, 4-month periods, 6-month periods, because it's a shorter period of time where less circumstantial stuff can happen. And so with the goal setting section, we're talking about the goals that you want to achieve within the next 4 to 6 months. And again, we have a how to use this section. So let's go ahead and read that. So you're going to use this section to set 5 goals you want to accomplish over the next 4 to 6 months. Make sure the goals you set will truly make you happy. This is about having your best semester based on your personal definition of college and life success. Make sure you write goals as if they've already happened, because if you look into neuroscience, our brains cannot tell the difference between reality and fantasy. When you write your goals as though they've already happened, you challenge yourself to become the person who achieves it. You force your brain to think of action steps, to think of different ways of thinking to help you to become the person who achieves those types of goals. We have 2 rules when it comes to goal setting. Rule number 1 is your goals have to be specific, they have to be measurable, they have to be actionable, they have to be realistic to achieve in the next 4 to 6 months. And you have to write them as though they've already happened. An example of this is this spring 2019, I finished the semester on the dean's list. I have some more examples of goals that I will share with you if you're someone who struggles with goal setting, and I'll share that with you in a second. The second rule is 2 of your goals have to be directly related to improving one of the areas in your life that you gave yourself a low score on, as long as you actually desire to increase that score. So sometimes we might give ourselves a score of a 2 in health and fitness, but we're not really in a space where we care about how we look. And so if that's the case, don't set a goal around that area, because you're just going to disappoint yourself. If you know in your gut, if you know in your soul, if you know in your root that you have no desire to work out right now, it's not something that's important to you right now, and you gave yourself a 2, don't set goals around that area. You're only going to set yourself up for disappointment, because there's no motivation or drive behind it. So if you have to pick goals for the areas, at least 2 goals for the areas that you gave yourself a low score and you actually want to change that area. The reason why we're doing this, why we're making 2 of those goals focus on low areas of our lives, is because often when we give ourselves a low score in an area, it's because that area is actually really, really, really important to us. And our priorities are all jacked up. And the reason why we're not experiencing more joy and more satisfaction and more success in our lives is because you are neglecting areas of your life that make you more whole as a person. And you're feeling that hole. You're feeling that thing missing. And if you were to focus more of your time, attention, priority on those areas, everything else will flourish, because you are now filling up your cup so that you can give more to those other areas of your life. But if you are just focusing on school all the time, if you are just focusing on work all the time, and you're never pouring back into the areas of your life that make you feel human and alive and amazing, that's where burnout happens, because you're constantly giving from an empty cup. You're constantly in the negative. But when you pour into yourself first, and that cup is overflowing, what's going to naturally happen is it's going to overflow to every other area of your life. And this is why we do the goal setting process the way that we do. So here are some examples of some goals. So I finished the semester with all B's. I'm so happy and grateful I got into my first choice graduate school. It feels amazing to have saved $3,500 as an emergency fund, and I'm so proud of myself for investing in therapy this year. So these goals are goals written as though they've already occurred. So that's what I mean by writing goals in this fashion. Once you've picked your 1 to 5 goals, and a note here, you don't have to pick 5 goals. You don't have to pick 2 goals. You don't have to pick 3 goals. You get to do 5 if 5 goals is what you have. You get to do 4 if 4 goals is what you have. You get to do 1 if you only have 1 goal for the next 4 to 6 months. Again, this is about you, your life, what you want. Stop comparing yourself to other people and stop doing things because you think it's expected of you. Do what is going to help you become the woman you want to be in this moment. So the next section is called making your goals inevitable. So most people who set goals rarely achieve them because they haven't rooted the goal to a bigger vision and purpose. So again, talking about if you're somebody who lacks motivation, you lack discipline, you lack inspiration, you find yourself always procrastinating on your goals, it's probably because, number 1, you don't really want the goal anyway, but you have it written down because someone told you you should work on your health and fitness, you should do this, you should do that. And 2, because you don't understand how having that goal helps you to become better. And when there is no connection to your goals, there's never going to be any energy attached to it. There's never going to be any physical energy. There's never going to be any emotional energy. There's never going to be any mental energy because it doesn't make sense. You have to make it make sense to your heart, to your soul. So this part of the college productivity kit gives you questions to think through why you picked the goal that you picked. Each one of the goals you wrote down requires one or more of these 3 things to make it happen. It's going to require you to spend some money, it's going to require you to dedicate time to it, or it's going to require you to learn a new skill. Every goal you pick is going to require one of those 3 things. Sometimes all of them, sometimes 2 of them. But usually it'll require you spending money. So for example, if you have a health and fitness goal and you don't have a gym membership, you might have to get a gym membership, or you might have to purchase a DVD or something like that. If one of your goals is to get back into your painting hobby, that's going to require you to find some time to do that. If one of your goals is to go from C's to A's and you don't have the skills to do that, to study in a way that happens, that's going to require you to learn a new skill. So for each of your goals, I want you to answer the questions below, and I'm going to read these questions. So let's say, for example, your goal is to become a B student this semester. So what is it going to require for me to become a B student to accomplish this goal? Will it require me carving out time in my week to study? Will it require me investing money in a tutor? Will it require me learning something new about study skills? Why do I want to work towards becoming a B student? How does it matter in the bigger vision that I have for my life? So maybe I need to have a certain GPA to get into my dream graduate school. How will achieving this goal change who I am, how I interact with the people around me, and who I become? If I am someone who has never achieved higher than a C, and I, through the hard work, through time, through perseverance, through overcoming, go from C's to A's or B's in the semester, that's going to change my entire demeanor. It's going to change my whole belief system about what I think is possible for me, which is going to change the way that I show up to everyone in my life, the way that I carry myself, the way that I show up for interviews, how I feel as I'm filling out my graduate school application. The next question is, how will I feel 4 to 6 months from now knowing that I accomplished this goal? Again, we're attaching the emotion to it. We're attaching the heart to it. If you want to reprogram your brain, if you want to reprogram your subconscious mind, it takes 2 things. Repetition tied to emotion. If you want to change your subconscious brain, if you want to change the way that you think about yourself, the way that you feel about yourself, the way that you carry yourself, your belief systems, it takes 2 things. This is neuroscience. It takes repetition tied to emotion. This is why that question is there. How will I know I accomplished this goal? Sometimes my goals may take longer than I planned. How will I know that I'm still making progress, even though I haven't reached the finish line yet? I see this so often in college students, actually in humans in general. They will throw in the towel on dreams that they have for themselves, on goals that they have for themselves, just because it doesn't look exactly like how they expected it to look. Just because it doesn't feel exactly how they expected it to feel. Just because it's not going exactly how they planned it. And so they throw away all the progress that they've made just because they didn't go from 0 to 100 overnight. Here's a news flash. Most things that you're working towards are going to take longer than you think that they're going to take. Sometimes they happen overnight. Most of the time, there is space in between what you want, what you say you want, and when it actually manifests in your life. The key to staying motivated, the key to not giving up, is acknowledging all the progress you've made up until this point. So what I tell students is to create little milestones for themselves so that they can see the progress that they're making, which is why we have that habit tracker inside of the college productivity kit. The last question is my favorite question. It says, how will you celebrate when you achieve this goal? Get really specific and envision how you'll feel, what you'll do, who will be around you to help you celebrate this huge accomplishment. We spend so much time worrying, so much time in busyness, so much time working towards our goals that when it happens, we don't even celebrate it. We don't even celebrate it. We bypass it as though it's not a big deal. We need to start celebrating ourselves more, way more than we already do. I'm guilty of this. I've hit so many goals, and when I'm there looking at myself achieving those goals, I give myself 2 minutes to be like, yay, and then I'm over it. But I spent 2 years beating myself up or speaking negatively to myself because things weren't moving at the pace that I wanted them to, but 2 seconds actually congratulating myself. It's crazy the way that we think as humans. If we spend the same amount of time that we do talking negatively about ourselves as we do positively when we achieve and we see ourselves stepping into our potential, I feel like this would be a completely different world. So that is the next section inside of the college productivity kit that you're going to fill out. And you're going to do that for all of your goals. So whether you have one goal or you picked all 5. The next section that you're going to fill out is the brainstorming section. And again, I tell you exactly how to use this section. So you're going to use this section to brainstorm a bunch of different ways that you can achieve your goals. So think of ideas that can either give you more time, more money, or the skill you need to accomplish your goals. The key with this brainstorming is to not judge yourself. Nothing is off limits. So you can get crazy with your goals. Like if one of your goals is to save $5,000, you can write down, well, I can inherit it, or someone can gift it to me, or I might win a scholarship. Like just get crazy about all the different ways that these goals can actually happen. So whatever you think of, you want to write it down. We will get to a point where we actually pick what we're really going to focus on for ourselves, but this is just an opportunity for you to go crazy. And I do have an example of this section that I want to show you. So it's right here, and I just color coded it. So I have examples like read one book on study skills, set up autosave of $100 a week at work, create a study routine checklist for each of my classes, read the Total Money Makeover, hire a graduate school coach, sign up for the Finance Bar Members Club, get letters of recommendation, do a no spend month, dive full force into study school principles, total all my debt and review current finances, research therapy styles, Don't shy away from office hours. So again, I just wrote down anything and everything that I could think of to help achieve the goals that were written down over here. And I color coordinated them, which is why they're highlighted. I just matched it up to this. So once you're done brainstorming, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go through and create and actually use your brainstorming to create your action plan for your goals. And again, I tell you exactly how to do this, and I give you questions to create your action plan. So now that you've brainstormed a few things that will help you achieve your goal, pick the ones that feel the best and create a plan to follow over the next 4 months. Use the questions below to help guide you. So these questions are right here. So you're going to write your goal up at the top, and then you're going to use the questions to come up with your plan. So the questions are: what exact steps will you take to achieve this goal? What skills will you focus on learning? How much time will you intentionally carve out to work on this goal each week? And who or what resources can you learn from or ask for guidance when you need it? This is seriously, this planner I wish I had when I was going through college, because it is an academic life coach in a planner. It's like therapy in a planner. It's done very intentionally to help you to think, to help you to help yourself, to help you to get out of your own way, to help you to set goals if you've never done it before. It takes the guesswork out of using a planner. It takes the guesswork out of setting goals. It takes the guesswork out of making achieving your goals a done deal. This is really great. Okay, so you're going to go through and do this for each of your goals. Once that's done, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to grab your calendar, your academic calendar. You're going to grab birthdays, you're going to grab holidays, and you're going to fill out this sheet here. So write in when your spring break time is, write in when you have reading week, write in when you have exam week, write in when you have special school things in this section. Then you're going to take your syllabus and fill out your semester overview. So for each month, you're going to write down everything that's due. So again, the whole point of this section is so that at a glance, you can see when your busiest months of the semester are going to be. It's to see all of your assignments, all of your due dates at a glance, all in one sheet. You can use sticky notes. They fit perfectly inside of this section. You can use markers and highlighters, however you want to fill this out. But this is so that you can look at this and be like, oh wow, October is going to be crazy. Let me make sure that my schedule, like if you have the opportunity to cut down hours at work for that month, you do that. If you know it's going to be a busy month, maybe you meal plan every Sunday so that during the week you don't have to worry about cooking every single day. This is really so that you can plan and support yourself, so that you don't get burnt out, so that you're not pulling all-nighters, so that you're not getting sick, so that you're not feeling like you're going to have a mental breakdown. All right, so then the next thing you're going to fill out is what every planner has. It's just your monthly calendar. Put in all your dates, when classes are starting, when exams are happening, etc. in your month. And then here's where it gets fun. So remember, we just went over this like a couple seconds ago, how in the goal setting section, I walked you through breaking down every single one of your goals. Remember that? In this monthly scorecard, this is where you're going to put the few things that you're focusing on those broken down steps for the goal that you're focusing on for the month right here. And what you're going to do is, if there's anything that you need to do for that month in order for you to achieve that, you're going to put it here and you're going to track and cross off when you did it. If there is a habit that is associated to you achieving that part of the goal. So for example, if your goal is to lose 15 pounds, then what you're going to do is you are going to put down spin class 3 times a week. And I have an example of this and I'm going to show you so that you know what it looks like. So the goal is be a student, and then I have things that are going to help me, morning journaling so that my mindset is right and I don't get in my own way, attending office hours, and I put that I want to do that at least 1 time a week so that I'm getting support, meal prepping at least 2 times a week so that I don't have to worry about cooking. I'm going to go to spin class 3 times a week just to keep, that just helps me mentally and emotionally to like not get overwhelmed and to like manage my stress. And then weekly class notes, I want to make sure that I'm writing those at least 2 times a week. And then I'm tracking it so that I can see the progress that I'm making. And then at the end of the month, you can write if you achieved your result. And then there's just free space for you to write down quotes and stuff or anything else that you feel you want space for. There's just like a lot of white space for you to get creative. But again, the cool thing about this is not only are you breaking down your goals and you know exactly what needs to happen in order for you to achieve that goal, but every month you're focusing on one of those actions so that by the end of the year, it's inevitable for that goal to have happened because you've been putting in the work. You've been seeing the progress over time. You've been intentional about it. You're not forgetting about the goal that you had because every month you're looking back and you're seeing, okay, what's next? What's the next thing that I need to focus on? Where do I need to constantly look at this? Again, repetition and emotion. Repeating your goals to yourself. Writing them down at the beginning of every single month. Repeating habits. Emotionally looking at yourself make progress. This is what helps you to rewire your brain and become a different person. Become the person that you want to be. This planner was not created haphazardly. It was not created haphazardly. It was very intentionally done. I went from failing out of a bio major to graduating nursing school with honors while working 2 jobs, a full-time job. With everything that I put into this planner, from all the mistakes, all of the failures, I failed over 7 classes when I was a bio major. And then I did amazingly taking those same classes because I learned the skills, because I was intentional, because I focused on my mindset, because I focused on my goals, because every day I was tracking and seeing how I was improving. Every day I was being intentional about how I showed up. Every day I was working on myself. Every day I was focused on me first. What support do I need to have in place to become who I want to be? What do I need to focus on to become who I need to be? What habits and routines, what skills do I need to learn to become the person that I want to be? It doesn't happen by you wishing. It doesn't happen by you hoping. It happens by you first having the vision of it, getting specific with it, emotionally tying what it means to you to it, breaking it down, and then showing up every single day. Celebrating the small wins, seeing yourself make progress, because all of that helps you to keep moving forward. Everything in this planner was purposely put in. There is not a single page wasted. There is not space wasted inside of this planner. It is truly a whole study system in a planner. That is why it's called the College Productivity Kit. Once you've done that, the next thing when school actually starts, because I know we're still in July, you may or may not be taking summer classes. Your classes will probably start mid-August, end of August, beginning of September. Once you do get a syllabus and you have your assignments, the next thing that you're going to fill out in your planner is your monthly planning magic sheet. Again, I will always tell you how to use each section. So you're going to use this section to break down your exams, projects, and papers into small, manageable chunks you can make progress towards each week. Assign yourself mini due dates to keep you on schedule so you finish your project, your paper, and prepping for your exams with plenty of time to relax. So this is meant to keep you on track, to keep you on schedule so that you are not writing a 72-page paper the night before it's due. So that you are not trying to read, take notes, and memorize 20 PowerPoint slides the night before your exam. This is designed to help you break things down so that every week you can say, okay, if I want to make sure that I'm not stressed the night before the exam, that every week I'm learning little by little, here is what I need to focus on each week. And I have an example, again, of what this looks like so that you can see it actually in action. Oh, am I in the right planner? No, it's supposed to be in this one. Yeah. So this is what it looks like when it's all filled out. You break it down by class. You write down what's actually going to be happening or due that month. And then every week you give yourself mini deadlines. Okay, if I want to be prepared for this PowerPoint article, I need to make sure that I do my discussion board responses, etc. And if you've been asking questions at the end of this workshop, I'm going to be looking back and answering your questions. If you're here with us, thank you so much for spending your time. If you're popping in and out because you're at work or you have different things going on, don't feel guilty. Pop in and out. This is going to be up on YouTube forever, so you can come back and watch it whenever you want. Okay, so this is what it looks like all filled out. Okay. The reason why you want to do this is because this is going to help you to plan out your week. To decide what's happening, to brain dump your to-do list, to pick what you're going to be working on every single day, to make sure that you have plenty of time to focus on yourself. The weekly spread. So, once you fill out the monthly planning magic sheet, always, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to turn back in your planner to the She Rocks That College Guide to planning your months, weeks, and days. Because again, step by step, it walks you through exactly what to do. So step 1 is fill out your monthly planning magic sheet. Step 2, highlight all the things that are coming up this week and need to be started this week. 3, transfer these actions to the brain dump section in your weekly spread by category. 4, block off all your pre-booked time on your weekly schedule. 5, notice all the open white space that you can play with. 6, start dedicating time for what needs to be done this week from your white space, remembering to prioritize, and I actually show you how to prioritize your time down here. So you are taking the information from your monthly planning magic sheet. You're highlighting what you need to focus on that week. You're brain dumping it into the brain dump section here. You're putting in all of your set in stone activities. You're seeing the white space that you have left, and based off of how much time you have left, then you can pick, okay, I have time to do chapter 14 notes today. I have time to do the discussion today. And I have time to pick a research area today. And that's all you focus on for the day. 3 things that absolutely must get done. This is how you avoid burnout. This is how you prioritize your time. This is how you make sure that everything that needs to get done gets done that week and that you stay on track. Then you're going to go throughout your weeks, and at the end of every month, we have monthly reflections. This is designed, again, for repetition tied to emotion, so that you can rewire your brain and become the woman you want to be. In order for you to become the woman that you want to be, you need to think differently. You need to generate different emotions in your body. You need to act differently. Actions are the only thing that produce results. But we always act based on how we feel. If you are stressed, you're less likely to read. If you are overwhelmed, you are less likely to read, and instead you're going to watch Netflix. If you are anxious, you're less likely to do what you're supposed to do, and you're going to do anything else to help alleviate that anxiety. We act based off of our emotions. What drives our emotions? Our thoughts. Your thoughts drive your emotions. Your emotions dictate how you act. Your actions will create the life that you're currently living. So if you want to become a different person, you have to think differently. You have to generate different emotions, and you have to act differently. The monthly reflection sheets help you to celebrate what you've accomplished, figure out what didn't go the way you pictured, go within and see what thoughts, what fears, obstacles kept you from moving into action, what you can do to start removing those obstacles, to start thinking differently, to get the support you need to show up as the person you want to be, what you're excited for next month, and how you can create an environment, both physically, emotionally, and mentally, that supports everything you're working towards. So you're doing this at the end of every single month. And what's really cool is that if you use the planner for the entire year, you have a diary now that you can look back on and see all the progress that you've made every single month. And at the end of the year, you can see how much you've changed, how much you've improved, how much you've progressed, which is so freaking cool to look back on. Again, no space wasted in this planner, no page wasted, all intentional to help you to become better. So, the study sheets in the back are meant to be used whenever you need them. So if you have a paper due that week, you can turn to the checklist on paper writing. If you did poorly on an exam, you can use the post-exam review sheet to look that over. This study routine sheet, again, is just for you to keep track of what your study process is like. It's like a checklist for yourself that you know what to do every single time you sit down to study. This is just an example. But that's it. That's exactly how you set up your college productivity kit for success. And again, I'm just going to mention it because no shame in my game. And also, if you don't already have a planner for the college year, the academic year, these are like the perfect things to get yourself, to get for a friend. If you are a parent and you're watching this, to get for your daughter. It comes in 2 covers, I should say. We have the Brilliant and Classy Black, and there is the Bright and Savvy Teal. And front to back, this is the front. Oh, that's upside down. This is the front. And then this is the back of the planner for each. On the inside, it has pockets just to hold little things here and there. It's not meant to hold a lot of stuff. But yeah. So that's it. Let me go back and see what you guys have been saying in the comment section. Ocean Wave says, gotta finish the college inevitable video and make a proper plan with no excuses. Yes. Oh my God. That would be a great pairing. So I have a video that's called How to Make Achieving Your Goals in College Inevitable or something like that. That video combined with this video would be great for you to watch to create your action steps, because it's going to give you the mindset, the inspiration, the kick in the freaking ass that you need to do what you know that you're supposed to do to achieve your goals. And then with this video, oh, that's the perfect pairing. I'm going to put a link to that video below or somewhere on the screen after this video finishes uploading to YouTube. Aries says, I'm most definitely buying because my planner is so basic and hasn't been helping me any. I'm so happy. So again, guys, tomorrow is August 1st. So from August 1st, let me check the dates actually. From August 1st until August 18th, the college productivity kits are going to be $10 off. So normally this kit, which again comes with monthly videos to support you, are $58. Starting tomorrow, August 1st, until August 18th, it is $10 off. So you'll get it for $48. Just wanted to mention that. Dana says, oh my God, you're so sweet. Thank you very much. Claudia says, the planner is so nice, you guys. I don't have assignments to put in it yet, but I find myself opening it and just going through each section, which is the best way. It's really pretty too, right? As you guys can tell by like my study space, I really like working in a space that is bright and colorful. It just inspires me and motivates me to want to like do work. Empty.abyss says, I'll check the planner out and watch this video a bit later since I can't right now. Thank you for this. You are so welcome. Deja says, you are awesome for this planner by helping everyone. Thank you so much. Kristen says, yes, thank you so much. You guys are so welcome. I love doing this stuff. It is really exciting for me. It is everything. So if you want to purchase the college productivity kit, there is a link in the description box of this video where you can purchase it. You just have to go to sherocksthatcollege.com and there's a section for you to shop the college productivity kit. Thank you all so much for joining me, and if you have any questions after this live, leave them in the comments. I'll pop back on YouTube and make sure that I answer any in-depth questions that you have. Bye.